Home Depot just did something I believe will set a trend nationwide. Home Depot is where you want to go if you are looking for legal alien labor. It doesn't matter which state you're in, blue, red, pink, yellow, you will find illegals in the parking lots and inside the store coming up to you wanting a job. And it makes sense, to be honest. If I was a contractor, carpenter, electrician, or whatever, I would be trying to target Home Depot's customers. That's easy money. And Lowe's as well, of course. But the underlying problem is that Americans are deprived of jobs. People talk about who will build our houses and do our roofs and do our landscaping. If we deport all these people, who's going to pick our crops? Not people asking, Democrats specifically. Who's going to pick our cotton, Abraham Lincoln? Not wanting to lose peasant labor is something they are everlastingly concerned with. But Americans can do those jobs. A lot of young men across the country have just been waiting for an opportunity to get into those fields. And Home Depot just gave them a red carpet, an introduction into the trades through their new program, their free new program, Path to Pro. When this news came out, it just warmed my heart. They're now giving free training to Americans who want to work in HVAC, carpentry, electricity, and construction, the major trades. The classes will be self-paced and students will get a chance to earn certifications they can actually use on their resumes and get jobs. I believe a lot of our young people should go to college, become lawyers, become doctors, become elite in all our institutions, but we also need a lot of our young men who don't fit into the academic world to make a living in the trades. We have to respect people who do trades. My respect for the blue-collar man is at an all-time high. I recently started a business with my brother-in-law flipping houses. We put up the money, purchased the houses, and hire contractors to do the job. We don't hire illegals, we hire Americans, just in case anyone's wondering. People always make it out to be like Americans are lazy, and that's just not true. Americans, we excel at everything we put our hands in. Look what my contractor Steven did in record time at one of our properties. The entire front wall was busted, and he fixed it in record time, professionally, and we passed inspection on that end. But the inspector's coming at me for different things, but we'll figure it out, okay? Americans can do these jobs. They do them. The opportunities are just being sucked away and given to foreigners. And I'm glad Home Depot is doing something to reverse this course. We don't need H-1Bs from India to put lines of code in computers. We need to train Americans to do those things. Big tech has used the United States to make billions and billions of dollars, taken advantage of our business-friendly tax laws and code and regulations to innovate and make products and win bigly. I'm sounding like Trump. Bigly. They won so big. Nobody won bigger than they did. They won by being in this country. If they were in any other part of the world, if they were in China or Europe or Africa or South America, anywhere else, they would have been crippled by regulations, crippled by antitrust laws, all these things. Yet somehow, they just won't give back to the very country that has given them so much. They'd rather go to India, pay a one-time fee to sponsor people into this country who can never and will never assimilate to the Constitution and to the culture. They come over here bringing their weird foreign gods, entities, demonic forces, strongholds, and essentially curse this country. And then we have tension between the one true God and these demonic entities. Why do we have to live that way? We don't need H-1Bs. The people here can be trained. They can do a better job than anybody can. This country invented everything. We built the most magnificent projects ever, decades in advance. People say China's living in the future. No, they're not. They build sophisticated cities and conduct these large state projects. Cool. But we have a better quality of life. That's why everyone is flocking here, not China. I suppose it might have to do with the fact that China actually has borders they enforce, and up until recent, we didn't have that. I'm just happy to see Home Depot doing what they're doing. I could go on and on about what our tech leaders are not doing. I think the Trump administration needs to trust the private sector to come up with solutions like this, deport them all, and let the business interest figure out a new solution to cheap labor. We shouldn't discriminate when it comes to deportations. Even if you work, as long as you are in this country illegally, you should be gone too. Thank you all very much for watching. God bless. Goodbye.